There are things we did or failed to do in the past that quietly haunt us. Not loudly, not in ways we consciously notice every day, but subtly, like background noise. They linger in our minds, shaping how we think, feel, and act, without us even realizing it. And the scary part? We've repeated these patterns for so long that they feel normal. We don't question them. We assume this is just how life is supposed to feel. But deep down, there's a silent weight we carry, a tension we can't explain. And most of the time, it comes from unfinished responsibilities, postponed goals, or ignored problems that still demand space in our minds. Every interaction we have, every task we take on, carries the invisible burden of these loose ends. And the truth is, this is one of the most toxic effects of avoidance and procrastination. Not because the task doesn't get done, but because it consumes what I call mental bandwidth, space in our minds that should be free. When you constantly avoid the things you know you should be doing, you start to see yourself as someone who hasn't done the thing. That becomes your identity, your default setting. And when that identity stays with you for long enough, it colors everything you do. Suddenly, no moment feels fully enjoyable. No conversation feels complete. No success feels real. Because deep down, your brain is reminding you, you're not where you should be. That's the real cost of procrastination. It's not just a missed deadline or an unchecked box on a to-do list. It's living your life in a fog, emotionally unsettled. You carry a subtle sense of guilt, of dissatisfaction, because you're not aligned with your responsibilities. Even the best parts of your day feel less fulfilling, like there's a shadow over everything. And the wild part? We usually end up doing the task anyway. The pressure builds, the consequences grow, and eventually, we force ourselves to act, usually at the last minute, in a panic. Then we repeat the entire pattern all over again. It's a cycle, a loop, a trap that we willingly step into over and over. But here's the strange irony. Since we almost always end up doing the thing anyway, what would happen if we just changed the order? What if, instead of escaping into comfort first and dealing with pressure later, we did the hard thing first and then truly relaxed afterward? That one change could rewrite the entire narrative of your life. It could shift how you see yourself, how you show up for others, and how present you feel every day. Imagine waking up, doing the most important thing first, and then moving through your day without guilt, without that low-level anxiety humming in the background. That's a completely different version of life, a better one, and it all starts by doing the thing before doing everything else. But here's the real question. How do we do that? It's not that we don't know what needs to be done. We do, and we even understand why it matters. But when we're standing at the crossroads, between the uncomfortable but meaningful task and the mindless but easy distraction, something deeper takes over. And it's not logic. Our rational mind gets hijacked. The emotional, impulsive part of us, what some call the monkey mind, steps in and makes excuses. It convinces us that avoiding discomfort is better than confronting it. And so we justify, rationalize, and delay. Again, that's why logic isn't enough to break the cycle. The solution has to be emotional. It has to be physical. It has to come from a shift in how we respond to discomfort. And for me, that shift comes down to one word: submission. Now I know, submission sounds like a strange word to use here. It's not often talked about in the productivity world. But stick with me. By submission, I don't mean giving up. I mean giving in, letting yourself sink into what you know you need to do. Not resisting it, not trying to fight it, not arguing with yourself, but letting go of the inner friction and just doing the thing. It's the same feeling you get when you're about to jump into cold water. You're standing at the edge of the pool or a lake. You know it's going to be uncomfortable. You brace yourself. And if you keep thinking about it too much, you'll never jump. But if you stop thinking, stop negotiating, stop hesitating, you just jump, the discomfort passes quickly. You adapt. You feel better, stronger. That's the kind of submission I'm talking about. When you submit to the task you've been avoiding, you're not fighting your own brain. You're not burning energy trying to convince yourself. You're simply moving, acting, flowing into what needs to be done. And that resistance? It melts away the moment you stop trying to push through it, and instead, just allow yourself to be uncomfortable for a bit. This isn't some vague mindset hack. It's real. It's practical. Think of a cold shower again. If you step into the water and tense up, clench your teeth, and try to mentally overpower the cold, you'll suffer more. But if you breathe, relax, and accept the sensation, it stops feeling unbearable. It becomes manageable, even refreshing. That's what submission feels like. Letting go of the inner tension and just being with the discomfort without trying to change it. You already know what needs to be done. You know your life improves when you face things head on. You know you feel better when you follow through. So when that moment comes, when you're standing at the edge of your task, looking for a way out, don't think. Just breathe. Submit. Do it. Let the higher version of yourself take the lead. Trust that version. Follow it. Give your body the signal that it's safe to do hard things, that you're not afraid of effort, that you're ready to live without guilt, without mental clutter, without the constant fog. Because the truth is, when you do the thing you've been avoiding, everything else becomes lighter. Your conversations are more present, your experiences are richer, and your sense of self becomes clearer. You stop being the person who hasn't done the thing, and you become the person who always does what needs to be done. Not perfectly, not all the time, but consistently, quietly, with intention. And that's how you break the loop.